Okay. And then from the poll, whatever, maybe I would have given you 2 questions, say 2 marks. So how many of our classes I'll take, maybe those many questions, those many marks you might be getting. Out of 2 you might get 0, out of 2 you might get 1, out of 2 you might get whatever. So in every class your marks will be accumulated. Okay, simple questions only I'll ask, and based on that your marks will get accumulated. I'll have a record of it. And then at the end, I might take the average of that and I'll consider it for the quiz. Okay. So because for me, I should not have any issue of your attendance, not attending the class and not getting the marks coming or not. So I want you all to attend and take the quiz seriously, and you have to have the attendance. Suppose today you are absent, you are not there, you have not taken the poll, you are marked absent. That is one thing. Your marks for that particular day's quiz will be marked as 0. So when I take the average, for example, 5 classes I take, and you attended, you could answer only 3 polls, and you could give 3 polls time only. You are there in front of the system and in the class. So what you will be having? You'll be having attendance of 3 and 5. Fine, that is one thing. And your marks for those polls, out of 5 questions you would have answered only 3. You'll be getting 3 on 5. And like every day, whatever you get, that average, okay, will be taken. So if out of 5 quizzes, if you answer only, you were present only for 3 quizzes, then your average will be 3 by 5 only. Okay, it is not 3 by 3. So that has to be noted. Okay, so from today onwards, your attendance is recorded in the poll, because that's why I have enabled my recording. Okay, whatever I'm telling, I'm putting it on the record. Your attendance will be viewed in the poll response, and also your marks for the quiz would be taken based on the answers you provide for the poll. And the poll time can be any time, maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end, maybe at the middle, okay, or maybe it is there, maybe it is not there that particular day. So I think this, whatever I wanted to do the announcement, it is clear for you. Okay, that should be clear. You have any doubts regarding this? I think I'm clear as far as your attendance is concerned. As far as your marks of the quiz are concerned, your attendance to the class is mandatory, and your response to the poll is mandatory. In case you are there for the entire class hour, and when the poll was released, that time if you are not there within those 5 minutes, then you are, you are not recorded, and your marks will be marked as absent, and you will not be given marks for that. For me, the thing is that you have to answer the quiz. That's all. Okay, and that indicates the present. Let me also check about these students. I think we are getting 40 to strength is 42. Another 2 minutes we can do it. So in the meantime, let me just check it. Akshay Chaturvedi, are you there? Akshay Chaturvedi? I am recording it here. If you are not there, your attendance is marked absent. You are not attending. Okay. Akshay Chaturvedi is not there. Kamil Firaz Khan. Kamil Firaz Khan. Are you there? Kamil Firaz Khan too not there. Gautami? Gautami? Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Charusmita? Hello. Gautami, you're present? Good, good, good. Charusmita? Charu Smita is not there. And then Neha Jagannath.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess you are there. Yes. Samia Goel. Samia Goel is not attending the classes. I think if you know her, you please convey it to her. Samia Goel. Dear students, the poll is open. I think it is only one single question I gave you. You have to answer it. I gave you a lot of time. You finish it. So your attendance will be recorded as well as your marks. Today, 1 mark you will be getting depending upon the answer, whatever you give. Okay. So do it. Let us wait for, by then people might also come. So let us complete it. And when I look at the percentage as complete, only 5 has completed so far. I want everyone to complete it. So I won't give much time. 11 are in progress. 33 people have not yet started. I want the 33 people to start. Otherwise, I'm going to close it. Okay. After 3 minutes, I'm going to close. It is now 9:10. By 9:12, 9:13, I'll close it. So I want everyone to 9:13. So by 9:15, I'm going to close. I want everyone to do. 13 people have finished it. 13 are doing. It is a simple question. It should not take more than 1 second, ma. Okay. Then 23 people have, 22 people have not yet started. I want those people to start, those who have not started. Otherwise, if you are present, your attendance is gone. Even for the second hour class also, I'm going to open one poll, another mark. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, poll opened, then it closed. Ma'am, I could not answer it.
It is closed. 1 second. It's open only. People are all doing it. I have not put any time limit for that. Remaining time limit.
No, it's fully open.
No. It is open, ma. You just check it once again. Maybe you log out and log in once again. Before
Okay,
I close it, before I close the poll, I'll announce. Okay, you just log out and log in.
okay.
Okay, okay. Do it. So 11 more people have to do it. 10, 9, Still 3 people are pending. Yeah, someone has a problem now. Can you see the poll now? I asked you to rejoin. Have you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Done.
Who are you? What is your name, ma?
Prashant.
Prashant. Okay, good. You could log in, right? It is a simple question. It is only for me to easily see the attendance status and how regularly are you coming, all those things. So only one is left out. So answer the this thing. Answer the poll. When I call your name, you were not present. I think I have to give you attendance now. Okay. Kamil Firaz Khan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You please keep attending the classes regularly and try to improve. Fine. One more person has to do it. See, though the person is present in the class, not responding for the poll, and if it is not done, the attendance won't be marked and 1 mark will be lost. Okay. So last 1 second I'm giving. I don't know who is that. One person has to do the poll. Please, all of you check whether you have done it or not. One person has to do it, has not yet done. So I'm just going to close the poll in another 1 minute. Yeah, one more person has to do. So please complete it. 4, 3 not started. I think Varun. Was it Varun? Okay, whatever it is, whoever has answered, I have
Ma'am,
recorded
I've submitted it.
Who?
Ma'am,
Who is
Varun.
Varun?
You were calling my name, right?
Okay, well, fine. See now, I think one person has not submitted, whoever it is. If you are present, you have not submitted it, your attendance is gone and your marks are gone. Okay, whoever it is. Okay, I'm just closing the poll.
Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, who is this?
Ma'am, even I answered the poll.
Who? You please
Ma'am,
tell your name because
Ma'am, Ganesh.
Ganesh, no, I could see not answered. It's not there.
Ma'am, I
It's
just
not there.
answered.
No, it was not recorded. What were you doing all the time?
Ma'am, I really answered, ma'am.
No, I didn't get it. It's showing for everybody, not you. Maybe next poll when I give it, you take care of it. Okay.
Okay.
So here attendance is marked, but your poll is not marked. It was not showing. For everybody else, it is showing. Now, what is the correct result according to Vishnu? Tell me, what is the result of the poll?
Yes, ma'am.
What is result? What was the question and what was the answer? You have
The
marked
order of components in a closed B. Option B.
B. So, what is the order? Can you just tell me once?
Error detector,
Error detector,
control element,
error detector, control element,
plant,
control element, plant,
feedback system.
wonderful. See, almost all have written correctly, but few have written it in the wrong option. Those who have not written B, please try to understand that the control system has to have a control element, and it should have a plant, and it should have a feedback element. Okay, and it should be the okay. I don't think there should be any ambiguity in understanding this. This is the thing. So now, what I would like to tell you is that the poll has been taken, marks have been recorded. Maybe another poll I might give. Okay, maybe in between or maybe at the end after covering certain things, I'll come back to the another poll. So you have to be stay tuned. Okay, don't miss the class and try to follow whatever is being taught. So quickly, let me just tell about the elements. This is the error detector, you know, and this is the control element. This is the plant, and this is the feedback element. And the output of the detector is indicated as E of S, right? Then control element gives the actuating signal and it is given to the plant. And output of the plant is C of S, controllable. And you have the feedback element which is giving the feedback output, generally represented as B or V of S. And we know that whatever is coming in gets multiplied with the gain of the block, and that is the giving the output. Okay. And one more important thing you have to know here is that you can look at in the block diagram the output. Okay, output is C of S going one in a straight direction. Other one is going to the feedback element through some contact, point of contact. Okay, this is called the terminal. Okay, it can be called as a takeaway point. Okay, let us see each of the terminal and how do we go about finding the block diagram using the block diagram reduction technique. That is of our interest. Okay, so yesterday we have tried to see an RC circuit for two loops or two mesh RC circuit, and then we try to convert that RC circuit into a block diagram, right? So I have given you the simplest circuit wherein it can be converted into a block diagram. And for that circuit, we have got I1. Okay, I'm just reiterating and trying to write it here. And because in the coming poll, I'll be asking some question relevant to this. Okay, I1 is V1 by Vi minus V1 by R1 for the RC network, whatever I had given yesterday, to find the transfer, to find the block diagram, right? So V1 is equal to the voltage across the capacitor. Okay, whenever, even if I have not mentioned anything in the brackets, I understood that it is in terms of SS domain. I1S minus I2S, I'm not writing all those things. It is understood that I'm doing in the S domain. Then I2S is the current flowing through the resistor R2, who is having the voltage V1 and V0 at each ends. Then finally the output voltage V0, which is equal to 1 by C2S, okay, into I2. These are all the things we got. And quickly how to draw the block diagram. Let me show you. Okay. the block diagram would be the error detector having the input Vi. Okay, I am taking the equation I1s equation, I am taking it. Okay, so from I1s equation, I can say Vi is here and minus V1. So this is V1, Vi minus V1 divided by R1. So output of the error detector is Vi minus V1. So multiply that with R1. This is Vi minus V1. Okay, because it is a error. Okay, by 1 by R1. So for that product, I am going to get I1. So the first equation is represented by the block diagram like this. Then next one is I have equation 2, which is having I1 minus I2. Okay, I1 is there anyway for me. So equation 2 is having I1 minus I2. So I have to use another error detector. So I1 minus I2 into 1 by C1s, correct? So I1 minus I2 will be the output from the error detector. So that has to be multiplied with the gain. The gain is 1 by C1s. So equation 2 is I1 minus I2 into 1 by C1s is the equation for V1. Then the next equation is for I2. I2 is given as V1 minus V0. We are already having V1. So V1, another error detector, I'm putting it. V1 minus V0. I'm taking each of the equation. I'm trying to put the error detector wherever the equation is demanding. Gives me the output I2. Okay, what are all the left hand things? They are all the output variables which we have to look at from the thing. So V1 minus V0 by R2. V1 minus V0 by R2. Sorry here. V1 minus V0 by R2. Is V1 minus V0 into 1 by R2 is nothing but I2. Correct? So I have 4 output variables for which I have written I1 I wrote, okay, and V1 I got, then I got I2 as well. Now I have to get V0. So what is my V0? V0 is nothing but I2 into 1 by S. So this I2, whatever I am having it, this has to be multiplied with no error detector here. 1 by C2S gives me output V0. Okay. So what I did, I have drawn my block diagram from the given circuit having these many error detectors. One error detector giving me the output of I1. Okay, one error detector giving me the output variable I1. Another error detector giving me the output variable V1. Another error detector is required to give me the output variable I2. So let me just reduce the size of it so that you see the visibility within the screen. I'm just trying to change it. So hope you are all with me in understanding it. Okay. V1 minus V0 by R2. So whatever is there, I'm multiplying it. It gives me I2. So this I2 into 1 by R2. So because it is going beyond the screen, I'm just trying to do it into I2 into 1 by C2S. This is I2. Is nothing but V0. This is the thing. So what I'm trying to show is I have different error, 3 error detectors required. In this case, I have one output I1 equation I wrote. I have obtained it with the block diagram. Another variable V1 as an output. I have obtained the block diagram for this. I have another variable I2 for which I have got the block diagram. I have the last variable V0, which is also represented with the block diagram. Now I have to combine wherever V1 is there, I have to fetch V1, V0, etc. from that respective terminal. So looking at the first one, I have Vi minus V1, correct? So where is my V1? My V1 is here, correct? So I am just taking a node here, I am tapping it and I am connecting it here. So my V1 is coming from here in this direction. It is a feedback. The next one is error detector 2, input is I2. So where is my I2? I2 is present here, which is the output over here. I take a node, okay, and then I'll try to connect I2. I think there should not be any ambiguity in this. The next one is V1 minus V0 by R2. So here I have to connect V0. Where is my V0? My V0 is here, correct? We have found out V0 here. So wherever I'm taking, that should be a junction point. So something I'm taking it from here, it should be a junction point indicated with a dark dot. So V0 is connected. Right? So everything, I have I1, I have I2, I have V1, I have V0, everything has been there. Then when you look at this block diagram, you can see for this input is Vi and the input is V0. So I could get the block diagram of for V0 and Vi, where Vi is the input, V0 is the output. For the RC network, whatever I had given, okay, yesterday, and asked you to draw the block diagram for this. How did we do? We have found out the current expression or the voltage expression through the resistance R1, and then voltage expression to the capacitor C1, current expression to the resistance R2, and voltage expression to the resistance C2. So those things we try to put them in the block diagram one after the other, linking one to the other. Finally, you would have got the block diagram. So this is how you have to do. And in order to, you have to understand, and based on this, I'm going to ask one full question. I'll give you more time, then you have to solve it on a paper and you have to write the answer. Okay, a simple circuit I'll give, and I'll ask you to draw the block diagram, and you should able to tell me how many summing elements are there, etc. This is a little about converting a network into a block diagram. Okay, now let us consider, I have a block diagram, let us say, whatever block diagram just now we have seen, right? Similar such block diagrams are given, and I'm asking you to find out the transfer function for such a block diagram. Then you get confused. Why? Because you know that you can find the transfer function for a block diagram only when you can make it, okay, you can bring it of the form some error detector with all the forward elements with the gain of G, G1, etc. and with a feedback element having the gain of H or G, whatever it may be, then C of S and R of S, depending upon the polarity of the error detector plus or minus, what we'll say is transfer function is given as forward path element gain by 1 plus G into H, which is nothing but the generalized expression for the closed loop transfer function. And we also have mentioned this sign will change minus when the feedback is applied to the positive input of a error detector. So for the previous circuit, whatever we have drawn, if you look at it, it is so complicated, so cumbersome, right? And you have to do the algebra. You have to apply the block diagram algebra, simplify it, and try to get it in this form. And finally, you have to get a transfer function of this format. So maybe, as I said, maybe it could be having many number of terms that we can sort it out. But you have to be in a position to apply that closed loop control system is G by G into H. So the G can be anything, the H can be anything, but you should be able to apply it. Now the question is, how do we do it? How do I simplify such a complicated block diagram? Okay. For that, we have to use some block diagram reduction techniques. Okay. So we have with us some block diagram reduction techniques. Okay. So That is block diagram. So it is like algebra. For example, if I give you some, if I tell you that what is the value of our expression for a plus b whole square, if I ask you, immediately you can tell me that it is nothing but a square plus 2ab plus b square. This you could able to do it because you know the algebra, right? Algebra and algebraic expressions and principles and all those things, you know, you are able to put them and you are able to apply it and simplify it. Okay, if I say 2 plus 3 whole square, what is this? You can apply it, or you can 2 plus 3 is a smaller number, you can add it and you can find the square. So whatever it is, in order to simplify the algebraic expressions, you are using rules of algebra, right? In the same way, in order to reduce the block diagram, we have to use the rules of block diagram reduction. Okay, some particular rules were given. So let me just tell you one. You have to learn the rules very quickly. You have to cover them fast, and you have to work more problems on that. Okay. So let us see what are the techniques or what are the rules for that. One rule, one. Okay. This is talking about combining blocks in cascade. Okay. Supposing that in the block diagram, this we have already seen yesterday. Combining blocks in block diagram. Usually this block diagram is indicated as sometimes as B. Okay. So combining blocks in block diagram. For that, if you have the blocks with the gain G1 and G2, which are cascaded, okay. Let me say the input for that is X1. Okay. Okay. Any one of you, Aftab, can you tell me what right after G1? X1 is input, G1 is the gain. What is the output of G1, Aftab? Can you tell me? Aftab, can you hear me?
Not sure, ma'am.
Why not sure? What is the ratio? What is the relation between input and output? See, in this case, Aftab, look at here. I have a block with a gain G1. I have the input for the block is X1. Okay. What is the output? You have a block with a gain. You have some output. You have some input. After, tell me, at least for the second circuit, what is the gain of the second circuit? What is the formula for the gain of that? After, you have to answer. What is the ratio of output by input after? Otherwise, I'm giving you the hint. What is the ratio of output to input of a circuit?
Gain, ma'am.
That you agree? All of you, those who have not got this
Yes, ma'am.
ratio of output to input is gain, correct?
Gain. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. And this block, second block where I picked, ratio of output to input is a gain. So what is the gain of this system? I've indicated a letter. So what is it? Here, output by input. What is the gain of this system?
X naught, ma'am.
Hey, here, man, look at here. Input is indicated as input, output is indicated as output. The system is indicated with a gain G. So what is the gain of the system? Output by input is gain. You are only telling output.
Yes, ma'am. X not by X, ma'am.
Here, I'm talking about this fellow. What is the gain of this system?
Output by
When-
input, ma'am.
Output by input. What is the letter indicating the gain? Is it not G there?
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
indicated it. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the output of this block? Question mark block. Output by
Output by
input. Output by input is a gain. Okay. So what is the gain of this system with a question mark? What is the gain? What after? Can you not correlate the lower diagram with upper diagram? Output by input x1 is equal to gain. So what is the gain of this question mark system? What is G1 otherwise? What is G1?
Ma'am,
What is G?
ma'am, why?
Huh?
Why, ma'am?
There is no Y at all. See here for this case, output by input is gain, which is G, right? So for
Yes,
this
ma'am.
case, output input, what is the gain?
X1. X1 by G1, ma'am.
X1 is the input. Output is a question mark. What is the gain for the system indicated there?
X1 dot G1. G1, ma'am.
So gain is G1. So whatever is there in the block is the gain of the system whose output is this, whose input is this. Now our question is what is output? Output is X1 into G1. So it is input into the gain of the block. Okay, Aftab?
Yes, ma'am.
There should not be any ambiguity. See, X1 is an input, G1 is an X1 into G1 is the output.
Yes, ma'am.
This output by input is nothing but the gain. Gain is indicated in the block. Whatever number has been indicated, that is the thing. That is a simple, common terminology what we are going to use. There should not be any confusion over it. I don't know why. Now you only tell me what is the output of the next block. What is
X1 into G1 in
X1 into G1 into?
G2.
Wonderful. Now you got it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All of you, please visualize it. What Aftab has found, output by input is a gain. If the gain of the system is already given, that is the gain. And if a block given like this, x1, g1, g2, etc., you should able to identify that x1 into g1 is the output of the first block. x1 into g1 is the input for the second block. So x1 into g1 into g2 is nothing but output of the second block. So totally this is the output. Look at it. For this block, x1 is the input, output is x1, g1, g2. Okay. So the same thing, I can write it as x1 into g1, g2. Okay. x1 into g1, g2. I have taken it as an input. So what I am getting the output? Output is nothing but x1 input into the gain g1, g2. So what I am trying to show you is that if you have a system which is having some input and some output, and it is having the blocks connected in cascade, then you can replace that cascaded elements G1 and G2 by a single element as a product G1 and G2. Got it? Okay. So what is the rule? Algebra rule says that the transfer function of the blocks transfer function of the blocks which are connected in cascade. Cascade means series. Okay, G1 and G2 are in series, right? Which are connected in cascade or which are connected in series get multiplied by each other. Get multiplied by each other. So this is the rule 1. Okay. Now, using the rule 1, let us try to find the transfer function. But you have to be little, follow the things that are being told. A simple gain, input by output, input into things. Those things you have to understand thoroughly. Otherwise, you can't do the problems easily. Okay. So when the blocks are in cascade, then you have to take the output, replace the block with the product. Fine. Similarly, when the blocks are in series, you have to replace the blocks with the summation. Okay. Right. Parallel blocks to be replaced with the summation. Series blocks you have to replace with the product. So now, consider a block diagram having input, output, G1 of S, G2 of S, output is C of S, feedback element is having a gain of H1. Okay. So I'm taking the first example that consider a block diagram which is having the blocks which are connected in series. So find the transfer function. So for that, when you have a block diagram, you have to bring it into the form of G in the forward path, H in the feedback path. Correct? So applying the block diagram reduction technique, you know that G1 and G2 are in series. So replace G1 in series with G2 with a single block having, instead of G into G2, I am taking it as a single block as G1 into G2.
EC ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೀತಾರಾಣಿ ಅಂತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಗೀತಾರಾಣಿ
ಕಂಡೋಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದಾ
ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್
ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. So here, forward path is G1, G2, feedback path is H1. Okay, applying the one technique or one rule of block diagram reduction. When the blocks are in cascade, I am going to take them as a single unit with the product. Correct? Now, Spurti, you are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what is the transfer function for this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
G1 into G2 divided by
G1 into G2 divided by
1 plus G1 into G2 into H1.
Correct. Wonderful. So you have correlated with, how did you get this, Spurti? Tell your friends. How did you get this?
Transfer function is equal to forward element divided by 1 plus forward element into
Feedback element.
feedback element.
Correct. Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Okay. I think remaining people also have got it. So you have one forward element whose value is G1, G2. We have reduced it because the two elements are in cascaded. So we know that forward path element, if it is G and feedback element is H, we know the mantra that it is transfer function is forward element gain by 1 plus forward element gain to feedback element gain. And this is plus because the error detector is connected to negative input. This would have been minus if it is connected, it had been connected to a positive thing. Fine. Is there any problem in understanding this for anybody? Now coming to the second rule. Second rule talks about considering the blocks which are in parallel. Okay. Suppose, as I said, if the blocks are in parallel, then you have to take them as a summation. Fine. So we say that if I have the two blocks which are in parallel, okay, it can be two or it can be many. I have the input and I have G1. Okay. I am just putting it as G3 instead of G2 because for need not be G1, G2 only. It can be any literal, I can say. Okay. So add it to a summing element. So G1 is added, G3 is added. Okay. So I'm going to get the output as, see here, for G1, X is the input, output is X into G1. For G3, X is the input, output is X into G3. So what is the output here? It is a summation of one input Xg1 plus other input Xg3. If you look at it, how is it looking? It is X into G1 plus G3. That means to say that if some two inputs are in parallel, okay, that can be represented as, if the two are parallel, that can be replaced by, that is replaced by a single block with summation giving the output as X into G1 plus G3. So the point to be noted here is that if the blocks are connected in parallel, then you can replace the connected parallel elements by the summation of them. Okay, wherever you find it, you have to replace them and again compare the resulting block diagram, whether it is having forward path element with some gain, is it having the feedback element with some gain, apply Gy1 plus or minus Gh, then you will be getting the formula. So this is the thing for the elements which are connected in parallel. Elements, rule 2, elements connected in parallel, you have to replace it with the what? Summation of those gains. Okay. So now let us take one example for the block diagram which is having the elements connected in parallel. Are you getting it? I'm just connecting an error detector, as you know, RFS, as you know, feedback, and you have G1. Okay, some input is coming. The same input is also going to G3, right? That is connected to an adder or summing element, right? And it is giving me the output C of S. This is the dot. This is my H1. Let me say this is the thing I've done. Now, Can Anisha Saha, can you tell me what is the transfer function of this system? Applying the,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, tell me, ma.
It's G1 plus G2. Is it
G1
G3 or G2?
is G2 will take. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me write. Sorry for that. Because of this, okay, G1 plus G2. Okay. So now you want to replace G1 and G2 by a single element, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You just tell me, you just instruct me, okay? I will do it for you. Now this is, because those two are connected in parallel, so it is G1 plus G2. Okay. Okay. So once you have replaced your parallel elements with a single element with a summation, now check whether it is in the form of G by G and H, correct? Anisha? Now tell me what is the transfer function, Anisha?
Ma'am, G1 plus G2 by 1 plus G1 plus G2 into H1.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Very good. I am happy for this. G1 plus G2 in place of G, okay, into H1 in place of H. So forward path element and feedback element. So this gives the, okay. Thank you, Anisha. Good. Now, dear students, it's 10. You take a break. Okay. After 10 minutes, we'll meet again. Okay. Let us solve another problem of the series and parallel combination, finding the transfer function. Then go for another rule. Okay. So there are some 2-3 rules. So quickly I'll list them. But what you have to do in order to understand and practice, you have to solve many problems. And I want to tell you one thing, that I have shared all my notes, okay, onto the Google Drive, and CS 2021 I shared. Even I shared my blogspot, renumadavi.blogspot.com. So I prefer you to refer to CS 2021 folder, wherein you have all these up to unit 3, whatever is there, all those problems are solved and present in the notes. Okay. And unit 4 and 5 are the problems to be solved by you or by us. And you can't understand even if I give you that notes, because it has to be drawn physically, then only you can understand. Okay. Those video recordings I have shared it. Okay. So please go through them. Okay. Any other thing, once you go through it and you try to come back, if you have any problems, we shall discuss and we shall to sort out. I want all of you to learn with the interest, okay, the control system. So now you can leave for a break of 10 minutes, okay, for the, then afterwards we can reset 10:10, okay. I think people have come back. Till the remaining people come, okay? So those who are there, suppose if you are free, okay? I'm just not insisting 2 more minutes or 2 more minutes, we shall wait for them to come. But you can always, if you are interested, you can always try to find the block diagram, okay? For this circuit. Simple R1, C1 having input as Vi, output as V0. You can always try. The hint I can give you is find out the current across R1, find the voltage across C1. So R1, C1, for those things I1 and V0, you will be having the 2 equations. So take them. There should be an error detector. There should be some gain element with 1 by R1 and with 1 by C1s. Connect them and you can get the block diagram. Okay. So this you can take it and represent it as a block diagram. If you can do it, you do it. If you can't get it, come back to me. Represent block diagram for this. Okay. So moving on, we have just learned that there is a what you say. There are the block diagram reduction techniques or block diagram reduction algebra which has to be applied in order to simplify the given block diagram and in order to get the transfer function. There are 6 to 7 rules, out of which the 2 rules we have seen. One rule says that if you have the elements connected in cascade, then take the product of them and replace all the elements as a single block with the product of those gains. Okay. Supposing that if you have the block diagram having the number of elements which are connected in parallel, then what you have to do? Replace all the elements with a single block having the gains which are added up. So when they are in parallel, they will be added up. So only the point to be noted here is that when the elements are in parallel, let me say, okay. So I have an element G1 which is here plus I also have an element, okay, which is added to the summing element which is in parallel with G2, okay, with an X as an input. And I also have another element G3, okay, another element G3. This is the problem with the pen. So there is another element G3, okay, which is also parallel, but it is connected to a minus terminal, okay. In that case, Ananya, can you tell me what could be the output of the summing element?
Ma'am, it's G1 plus G2 minus G3.
Wonderful. Very good. So this is, you have to look at it. In the error detector, what is in the summing element, what are all the terminals to which the elements are connected in parallel? Are they all connected to all positive polarities? Then it is G1 plus G2 plus G3. If anything is connected to any negative polarity, take the sign as minus G3 minus G2 accordingly. Okay, this has to be noted, an extra precaution. Okay, And another rule, let us see the rule 3 and apply 1, 2 and 3 quickly so as to get one transfer function. Okay. So rule 3 is about connecting the two summing elements which are they are cascaded. Supposing that if you have two elements, okay, which are having the inputs A and B and C, let us see what is it going to give. Okay, the combining two summing elements. I have taken only two. It can be more than two also. Combining two elements into a single one. That is what is the agenda. Supposing that I have a summing element with the input X. Okay. And I have another element C. So what you do is give me a thing. So X minus Y. Okay. And another summing element having input as Z. So this output would be X minus Y, output summing element 1, correct? Plus Z is output of the summing element 2. Okay. So how can I write it? I can write it as a single summing element having plus as X, this as Y, and another one is Z. So these are the three inputs, and the summing element output would be X minus Y plus Z. Okay. So if you have many summing elements, you can just combine them into a single element wherein you will be going to get the output same as this. Here the output is X minus Y plus Z. So instead of that, if you take a single element with three terminals, plus, plus, minus, then it would be X minus Y plus Z. Okay. So this is what you have to remember. Now, having learned these three rules or three principles, one is cascading element, one is parallel elements, one is combining many summing elements into a single thing, applying them, try to solve a problem, okay, simple problem, and understand yourself how much you have learned. Plus another summing element minus. See, I have looked summing elements. You have to be careful about it. G1, G2, as I told, the complexity of the block diagrams will increasing, but you should have little patience and you should able to analyze it and simplify it. That's it. It's not a big deal. Fine. So you should know what to apply, which rule has to be applied, how to bring it as a one single element with a, this is G4. Okay, this is G4. and this is G3, and this is plus, this is plus, this is minus, okay. This is the output connected to plus input. So you have to remember there is two things, okay. H2 H2, and then you are getting the output from here. This is C of S. So you have input as R of S. S1, S2, S3. So try to obtain the output CS by R, which is the transfer function, using block diagram reduction technique. Try solving it. I'll get back to you now. So now, when you look at it, don't you agree that G1, G2 are in cascade? I can replace it with a single element? Okay, I'm just modifying this, applying the first principle of elements which are in cascade can be replaced by a single element, and because they are in cascade, take the product as G1 and G2. Correct? This is step 1. When you did that, you can see that with the S2, okay, with the S2, you have G1, G2 by H1, okay. This is looking like G1, G2 with the H1 is looking like a block diagram. Can I replace it with G1, G2 by, okay, you please observe here. What I'm trying to do, I am taking it off, I'm taking it off. Why? Because I just want to replace this circuit, which is having a forward path and a feedback path. Okay, so I am replacing it with the transfer function, which it should represent as G1, G2 by G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. Is it all right? Is there any ambiguity for anybody to understand this? What I did is I have applied the step 1. I have eliminated the cascaded combination with a single element as G1, G2. Then by doing so, I could see a structure of a forward element, feedback element, error detector. I could see a closed loop control system there itself. So I found the transfer function of that as G by 1 plus G into H. Correct? Next. Here I can clearly see, this is with the visuality, with the experience we can see. If you look at here, G3 and G4 are in parallel. Okay. So can I replace the parallel elements of G3 and G4? What would be the equivalent of G3 and G4 in parallel? look at the signs there. G3 is connected to plus, G4 is connected to minus. Okay. Step 2 is that I am replacing the parallel elements with a single component. So what could be the block of this? If I replace the parallel block, it will be, what was this? Can anyone tell me?
G3 minus G4, ma'am.
Wonderful. G3 minus G4. Please all of you observe that G4 is connected to the negative terminal and G3 is connected to the positive terminal. So we got this, and here the output is C of S, that is there. So I just reiterate, step 1 is I have replaced the cascaded G1, G2 as a single element. Then step 2, I have eliminated the transfer function, block diagram with the transfer function G by 1 plus G into H format, where G is G1, G2. Then I looked into, I saw that G3, G4 are in parallel. The sign is not plus, it is minus. So G3 minus G4, I replaced. So 3 steps I did. Now, the 4th step, do you agree that these two are in cascade? This and this is in cascade, and I can replace them with a single element, correct? So what I would do is, I would replace G3 minus G4. Okay, what I have to do? I have to, because I am writing over here only, but you can say G3 minus G4. Sorry with the handwriting. So this is G3 minus G4, because it is cascade with this fellow, right? Is cascaded with G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. So I have to take it as a product. What product? G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. So these two are in cascade. So I have to take the product of it. Is this. So the product of it is nothing but G1, G2 into G3 minus G4 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. Okay. Then the next step, when you look at it, don't you find that there is a forward element with this, there is a feedback element with this, but the feedback is to the positive loop. So don't you say that the transfer function of this block can be simplified as the forward element, let us say G, by 1 minus G into H3, because I am taking it as minus because the feedback is plus. Fine, right? So what was G? G is the forward element again, which is nothing but G4 minus G3 into G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. This is my forward path gain for this, by 1 minus the entire thing, G4 minus G3 into G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. This is representing G part of it, into H3. Correct? So when I don't want this, yes?
Mom, it's G3 minus G4, right, Mom?
Sorry, I wrote it wrong. So thank you, because sorry, G3 minus G4. I was in a flow. G3 minus G4. Correct. Thank you. So now I don't want it to be in the fractional form. I just want to simplify it. Only thing is G3 minus G4 into G1, G2 whole divided by the numerator 1 plus G1, G2 into H1 by The denominator I'm using a different color for us to know. 1 plus G1, G2, H1 minus this one is G minus G4, sorry. Please make a note of it. I think I have taken it wrongly. Okay. So by G3 minus G4 into G1, G2 whole divided by where is my into H3. H3 is missing, right? That you have to be careful because it is 1 plus G1, G2 to H1. To simplify it. So this and this gets cancelled. Okay. So finally, what would be your transfer function? Your transfer function is G3 minus G4 into G1, G2. Okay. G3 minus G4 G3 minus G4 into G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2, H1 minus G3 minus G4 into G1, G2 into H3. So this is the transfer function. So I think you would have understood when a bigger block diagram is given, look at what are the principles or what are the rules we can apply. In the rules, whatever we have learned are only 3. With the 3 rules, I had given a problem. If we have found out the cascaded one, replace the cascade one, then got a closed loop control system, eliminate that with the transfer function. Then we have a parallel thing, replace it with the summation of those elements. Then you got again a block diagram which is indicating cascading of G3 minus G4 with the other G1, G2 by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. Because they are cascade, replace them with a single element of the cascade. By doing so, you got it like a closed loop transfer function format, having one forward path and one feedback path. But there you could observe that the feedback is positive. So the denominator has to be 1 minus G into H format. So substitute G in place of G, substitute the forward gain. In place of H, substitute the reverse gain. G by 1 plus 1 minus G into H, you substitute, and you would be getting the transfer function like this. Okay. I think this is enough for today. Okay. So solve 1 or 2 problems, refer to any textbook, take block diagram reduction problems, and try to come to the class. The next day's class, tomorrow's class, you please read the remaining 3 rules and come. Straight away, I'll go with solving them, bringing them back once and solving them with the rules. So all the block diagram rules, I gave the notes, right? So rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, rule 5, all are there. You read all of them, come prepared and come solve the problems without wasting much time on reiterating the rules again and again. Okay. So with this, I think I am exiting. Maybe today you might not be having the classes because I'm very sad to say that there was some condolence meeting today. So I think classes won't be there. Okay. We shall meet in the next class. Take care, ma. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Right.